Days of war came heavy, and they came without a warning. Every battle that I faced just multiplied every morning. Morning after morning, with another force advancing. Every dark assignment sin against my life kept dancing. Dancing around the edges of a light that felt unguarded. Every shield I built in flesh just left me broken hearted, trying to protect what only he could cover. Every day a struggle showed me something I had to discover. Discover that the covering was never mine to carry. Every day a war I fought alone just made the load more scary. Scary is the battlefield without the shield of heaven. Every blow that landed on my life before I counted seven. 7 times the pressure, 7 times the force, 7 times the hitting. Shield of God was always there, I just kept on quitting on the truth that he was covering every angle. Every day a struggle without him just left me in a tangle. Shield in the struggle, victory in the glory. Every chapter of my life, he's on every story. Story of the battle and the breakthrough and the winning. Shield and victory, and he was there from the beginning. Beginning of the war, he was already my protection. Every day of glory came from walking in his direction. Direction of a God who covers, fights, and wins completely. Shield and victory, and he does it so discreetly. Covered on the left and covered on the right and covered above me. Every principality that advanced just couldn't touch me. Touch me through the shield that grace erected before morning. Every day a struggle came with heaven giving warning. Warning to the darkness that this life was under coverage. Every blow they tried to land just met the full leverage. Leverage of a covenant that shield the ones he's chosen. Every day a struggle, the protection never frozen. Never active, always standing, always ready. Heavy, dark, and brutal season, his hand was always steady. Steady on the shield, steady on the covering, steady on the promise. Every day struggle proved he was the most honest. Honest with the covering, honest with the battles, honest with the glory. Shield of God in every chapter of my story. Story that the enemy declared was theirs for taking. Shield and victory, and he was always in the making. Days of glory hit different when the struggle built the platform. Every valley that I walked through was just heaven's warm foam. Warm up for glory that the comfortable can't access. Every shield he held for me in battle gave me access. Access to a victory that required the fighting. Every day of glory was the shield of God igniting into something that the darkness couldn't handle. Every battle that he covered turned into a scandal. For the enemy who thought the war was over. Every day of glory started underneath the shoulder of a God who carried everything I couldn't. Every voice that said I never make it, said I wouldn't make it past the struggle, past the pressure, past the break. Shield and victory, and he never stopped the making of a story where the shield became the trophy. Every day of glory, he was standing right beside me. Shield in the struggle, victory in the glory. Every chapter of my life, he's on every story. Story of the battle and the breakthrough and the winning. Shield and victory, and he was there from the beginning. Beginning of the war, he was already my protection. Every day of glory came from walking in his direction. Direction of a God who covers, fights, and wins completely. Shield and victory, he does it so discreet. Psalm 91 already said it. Under his wings, every shield he raised for me just silenced all the stings. Stings of the destroyer, stings of the darkness, stings of the lion. Shield of God was always up. There was never any dying of the purpose, dying of the calling, dying of the dream. Every day a struggle was just part of his supreme and sovereign plan to bring the glory through the battle. Shield and victory, and that truth will never rattle from his place inside the chest of those who trust him. Every day a struggle and the glory we adjust him. Adjust to him a shield, adjust to him his victory. Shield and victory, and nothing could restrict her. He was the shield when the war was loudest. He was the victory when the praise was proudest. Shield and victory, same God, both seasons. Shield and victory, and is always the reason. Never had the resume they said was needed for the calling. Every credential that they listed had me second guessing, falling back into the comfort of the ordinary living. Yeah, every room that locked this door just kept on giving me more reasons to believe I wasn't ready. Every voice around me said the ground beneath me wasn't steady. Steady is the wrong word for a man who's being chosen. Every qualification that I lacked, he had already frozen. Frozen is the logic that says God needs to polish every broken, unequipped, and overlooked he has abolished. Abolish the requirement that you come already capable. Every gap between my gifting and my calling, he's the gap filler. Filler of the empty spaces, filler of the missing pieces. Every Moses with a stutter, watch what God releases. Releases through the weakness, releases through the lacking. Chosen, not qualified, and heaven started backing. Chosen, not qualified, that's the way he always moves. Every room that said not you, he already had the proof that what he picks, he equips before he sends it. Chosen, not qualified, and he never once rescinds it. Rescind the call because you came without the training. Chosen, not qualified, power in your weakness reigning over every gap, every limit, every ceiling. Chosen, not qualified, and that's the most freeing feeling. Gideon was hiding when the angel called a mighty warrior. Every insecurity he listed made the calling feel much scarier. Scarier to step into a purpose built beyond your natural. Every chosen one who said I can't, he made them factual. Factual, the miracle that followed every willing yes. Every unqualified and broken vessel, he said yes. Yes to sinning, yes to using, yes to working through the limited. Every chosen life that moved in faith just got unlimited. Unlimited the grace that covers every missing qualification. Every gap between your calling and your skill, his occupation of the spaces that your ability can't cover. Every chosen broken will and heart, watch God discover what he placed inside before the world had input. Every tree that bears fruit started somewhere as a small root growing in the dark before the season of revealing. Chosen, not qualified, and God was always dealing. You said you can't. He said I know. That's exactly why I chose you. Your weakness is not disqualification. It is the invitation for my strength to show up. Now go! Peter was a fisherman before he preached to thousands. Every unqualified and trembling soul that God surrounds her. Surrounds with grace enough to do the thing they said was crazy. Every chosen one who moved in faith was never once called lazy. Lazy is the one who waits until they feel completely ready. Every chosen broken vessel just needs one thing: stay steady. Steady in the calling, steady in the forward, steady in the movement. Chosen, not qualified, and faith becomes the improvement. Improvement over everything the world requires for entry. Chosen, not qualified, and heaven holds the inventory. Chosen, not qualified, it's the way he always moves. Every room that said not you, he already had the proof that what he picks, he equips before he sends it. Chosen, not qualified, and he never once rescinds it. Rescinds God because you came without the training. Chosen, not qualified, power in your weakness reigning over every gap, every limit, every ceiling. Chosen, not qualified, and that's the most freeing feeling. Move in spite of every voice that says you want enough. Every chosen one who stepped out trembling, God called it bluff. Bluff for the inadequacy, bluff for the unready. Every step of obedience just made the calling steady. Steady grows the chosen who refuses to stop moving. Every unqualified and willing heart, God keeps on proving through the vessel that the power isn't human. Every room they said you couldn't enter, God is moving through the cracks of every limitation that you carry. Every chosen broken life becomes extraordinary. Extraordinary, not because of what you brought, but what he added. Chosen, not qualified, and hell already dreaded the moment that you stop believing their assessment. Every chosen life that moved in faith became heaven's best investment. Investment in the vessel that said yes before it felt it. Chosen, not qualified, go forward, he already sealed it. You were chosen before you were capable. You were chosen before you were capable. Move, he qualifies as you go. Hit the wall so hard I couldn't find the strength to stand again. Every resource that I leaned on just kept running to an end. Into my ability, into my resilience, into my reserve. Every plan I had to push through, watched it curve into a season where the only thing remaining was a thread so thin I couldn't tell if it was sustaining me or breaking me. The line felt paper thin. Every empty-handed morning asking where do I begin? Begin again with nothing, that's the hardest kind of start. And every strong man hits a moment when the string starts departing like a season that was never built to stay forever. Every I can handle this just medicine to tether snapped and I was left with just one thing still standing. Grace of God was in the room before I started landing on the floor of my most empty broken season. Grace is enough, and that became my only reason. Grace is enough when the strength runs out completely. Every empty-handed moment He provides so discreetly through the weakness, discreetly through the hollow. Grace is enough, and that's the only thing I follow when the tank is dry and nothing left inside me. Every moment grace showed up, it always came to find me. Find me at the bottom, find me at the end of everything. Grace is enough, and watch what empty hands can bring. Paul learned it with a thorn that wouldn't leave regardless. Every prayer he sent requesting removal hit the hardest answer heaven gives is when the no becomes the lesson. Every my grace is sufficient moment starts with the confession that I cannot do this in my natural ability. Every grace is in the moment start with full humility of admitting that the take is nothing in it. Every grace sufficiencies and God was in it. Every minute by minute grace was covering with strength that abandoned. Every empty vessel He has ever used, He never left stranded at the bottom of a season without resources. Grace is enough, and it rewrites all the courses of a life that hit its limit and kept going. Every grace is sufficient testimony kept on growing past the point where natural strength would have surrendered. Grace is enough, and every weakness God remembered. My grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in your weakness. Stop trying to be enough and let me be enough for you. Elijah burned out underneath the juniper tree. Every prophet, every warrior, every broken one like me. You gave until the giving left me hollow in the desert. Every grace is enough moment starts with God saying resty, lay it down. Stop carrying what I never asked you to. Every empty season was just me making room for something new supply, grace that only emptiness can access. Every full and self-sufficient life just never gets to address this. Address the grace to meet you only when your strength is over. Grace is enough, and it carries every broken soldier who could last before the battle reached its ending. Grace is enough, and its supply keeps on ascending. Grace is enough when the strength runs out completely. Every empty-handed moment He provides so discreetly through the weakness, discreetly through the hollow. Grace is enough, and that's the only thing I follow when the tank is dry and nothing left inside me. Every moment grace showed up, it always came to find me. Find me at the bottom, find me at the end of everything. Grace is enough, and watch what empty hands can bring. Still standing out because the strength came back in full measure. Every step I take on empty is His grace beyond all treasure of a covering that activates in weakness. Grace is enough, and that's the testimony of my uniqueness of a life that learned to function past the empty. Every grace is sufficient moment He provided plenty, not a comfort but a power in the hollow. Grace is enough, and every broken soul can follow past the inner self into the start of something greater. Every empty-handed season met the ultimate creator of a grace that never calculates the limit. Grace is enough, and every broken moment has a minute. In it at the bottom, in it at the wall, in it at the ending. Grace is enough, and it's always worth defending past the feelings, past the way, past the exhaustion. Grace is enough, no more and no less than the question when it's gone. His grace remains when it's gone. His grace remains empty is just where His grace begins. Faith to remove the mountain. Faith moved me through it. Head up, eyes forward, keep walking. Yeah. Never promised me the road would clear before I started walking. Every obstacle I faced was still there. Faith just changed the talking. Talking from defeat to something that resembled full emotion. Every problem standing in my way still had the same commotion. Commotion of a giant still requiring confrontation. Every head-up moment in my life required navigation. Navigation through the actual, not around the difficult. Every faith that skips the process stays entirely pitiful. Pitiful is thinking that believing makes it disappear. Every problem I walked through with faith, it was still there. Still there in the natural, still there in the visible, still present. Every head-up moment came from something unpleasant. Unpleasant is the road that faith was never built to bypass. Every mountain that I climbed with faith, I still felt the contrast. Contrast of the weight against the grace that kept me moving. Head up through the problem, that's the faith worth proving. Head up through the fire, head up through the rain. Faith don't kill the problem, faith just changes how you handle pain. Pain is still reality, but faith rewrites the posture. Head up through the valley, every problem met its closure. Closure not by disappearing, but by losing all its power. Faith gave me the strength to hold my head up every hour. Every hour of the problem, faith was holding up my chin. Head up through it all. And that's how broken people win. 3 Hebrew boys still went into the furnace. Faith didn't cool it. Every flame was still a flame, but faith just helped them walk through it, standing tall through it, heads above the burning. Every head up through the problem, moment kept on turning into testimony, turning into something greater. Every problem faith walked through produced a different chapter. Chapter not an easy chapter, not an obstacle removed. Every head up through the fire is a faith that's being proved. Proved not in the absence of the heat, but in the walking. Every problem still existed, faith just changed the talking. Talking from I'm finished to I'm going through regardless. Every head a moment in my life came from the hardest seasons, not the easy ones, produced the deepest witness. Every problem faith walked through became my greatest fitness. Fitness of a soul that learned to lift its head in darkness. Head up through the problem, and the problem lost its sharpness. The problem is real, I know it is, but so is the God who walks through it with you. You don't need it to disappear. You need the strength to lift your head and keep moving, so lift it. Y'all still lost it all before the restoration came. Every head up through the suffering required staying in the game. Game of faith that placed through pain and placed through loss and placed through breaking. Every head up through the problem came from choosing, not forsaking. Forsaking the confession that he's able and he's present. Every problem faith walked through was wrapped inside a present. Present of a character that comfort never fashions. Every head up through the problem fed the deepest passions. Passions for a God who walks beside me through the actual. Every mountain still was there, but faith made me contractual. Contractual to a promise that the other side existed. Head up through the problem, and the problem was outlisted. Head up through the fire, head up through the rain. Faith don't kill the problem, faith just changes how you handle pain. Pain is still reality, but faith rewrites the posture. Head up through the valley, every problem met its closure. Closure not by disappearing, but by losing all its power. Faith gave me the strength to hold my head up every hour. Every hour of the problem, faith was holding up my chin. Head up through it all, and that's how broken people win. Still walking through the problems that I pray would just be lifted. Every unanswered removal just confirmed that I was gifted. Gifted with a grace that activates inside the problem. Every head a moment taught me something I couldn't fathom. Fathom from the comfort zone, fathom from the easy. Every problem faith walked through made the testimony breezy. Breezy is the wrong word, what I mean is it made sense. Every head up through the problem built a different kind of tense. Against the past completed, I walked through and I survived it. Every mountain still was standing, but my faith just reclassified it. Reclassified from obstacle to evidence to stand it. Head up through the problem, that's the faith worth understanding. Understanding comes on the other side of going through it. There, every head up through the fire, faith was fueling every forward step, fueling every lifted chin. Head up through the problem, and I'm walking still a problem. Problem didn't break me. Faith held my chin, and I kept walking. Every storm has a ceiling. His plans have none. What he prepared is bigger than what came against you. Looked at every cloud above and thought this would've ended. Every way that hit my life just kept on never bending. Bending toward the better, bending toward the purpose, bending toward the plan. Every storm I walked into, he already had it in his hand. Hand that holds the oceans, holds the thunder, holds the lightning. Every tempest in my story never once was frightening. Frightening to the one who spoke the weather into being. Every storm I couldn't navigate, he was already seeing. Seeing past the chaos, seeing past the damage, seeing past the loss. Every way to try to drown me just revealed his cross. Crossover control that predates every storm that's coming. Every dark and heavy season he was already running. Running the coordinates of what was being prepared. Every storm that shook my life, he already declared the ending before the beginning of the rainfall. Greater than the storm, and that's the only call. Greater than the storm is what he has prepared. Every way they sin against me, he already dead. Had the victory before the storm began the season. Greater than the storm, and that's the only reason. Reason I don't fold when the pressure starts to build. Greater than the storm, and every promise gets fulfilled on the other side of every way to try to stop it. Greater than the storm, and he already got it. Joseph never saw the palace from the bottom of the pit. Every storm that covered him was part of how the plan would fit together in a way that only hindsight could reveal. Every storm that tried to break him, God was turning every wheel. Wheel of a purpose larger than the prison, larger than the pain. Every storm he let me walk through never felt like coming rain. Rain of preparation, rain of position, and rain of redirection. Every storm I faced was just his hand of perfection. Perfection of a plan that needed pressure to complete it. Every way that hit my life was part of how he beat the enemy at every strategy they leveled. Greater than the storm, and every detail was bedeviled is the enemy whose storms produced the purpose. Every way that crashed against my life was worth it for the treasure on the other side of rainfall. Greater than the storm, and God is greater than it all. Be still and know that I am God. The storm is not the story, I am the story, and I am not finished. Control is not a word that heaven borrows from the weather. Every storm that came against my life, he holds it all together. Together in a sovereignty that doesn't panic at the pressure. Every way to try to drown me just became another treasure. Treasure of a testimony that the conquer never built me. Every storm he let me walk through was the thing that filled me with a faith that only turbulence could fashion. Greater than the storm, and that became my greatest passion. Passion for a God whose plans survived the worst conditions. Every storm that tried to stop me just fulfill more missions. Missions of a purpose that was bigger than the rainfall. Greater than the storm, and God is greater than it all. Greater than the storm, he's what he has prepared. Every way they sin against me, he already cared. Had the victory before the storm began the season. Greater than the storm, and that's the only reason. Reason I don't fold when the pressure starts to build. Greater than the storm, and every promise gets fulfilled on the other side of every way to try to stop it. Greater than the storm, and he already got it. Still standing in a peace that passes every understanding. Every storm that came against my life was just him expanding what he placed inside, beyond what comfort offers. Greater than the storm, and he already stocked the coffers. Coffers of a purpose richer than the storm could calculate. Every way that hit my life arrived a little bit too late. Late to stop what God already said. always heading for emotion. Greater than the storm, deeper than the deepest ocean. Ocean of the sovereignty surrounds every situation. Every storm that tried to stop me just became the foundation. Foundation of a testimony louder than the thunder. Greater than the storm, and I no longer wonder if he's in control of everything surrounding. Greater than the storm, and this peace keeps on resounding. Resounding through the chaos, resounding through the breaking. Greater than the storm, and he was always in the making. Storm is not the final word. Storm is not the final word. He prepares something greater, and they're still coming. Yeah. 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 God's in control. I won't fall no matter what they throw. And me trying to knock me down, but I already know that my life's in his hands, every step's ordained. God's in control, I won't fall, I'm sustained. By his power working through my weakness every day. When the ground beneath me shakes, I'm still okay. Cause my foundation's solid, built on him alone. God's in control, I won't fall, fully known. It's my future by the one who holds tomorrow tight. Even when I can't see it, everything's alright. My trust is in the God who never make mistakes. God's in control, I won't fall, whatever it takes. Keep me standing when the pressure's getting heavy. When life hits hard and I ain't feeling steady. God's got me, that's the truth I'm holding to. God's in control, I won't fall, walking through every storm, every trial with my head up high. Cause I know who's steering, who supplies everything I need to make it one more day. God's in control, I won't fall, come with me. God's in control, I won't fall down. Even when the whole world's spinning round, my feet are planted on solid ground. God's in control, I won't fall, I'm heaven bound. No matter what the enemy tries to do, God's in control, I won't fall. Yeah, that's the truth. Look, I used to worry about everything that could go wrong, stressing about the future, couldn't stay strong. But then I realized God's been holding me all along. God's in control, I won't fall. Yeah, that's my song. Now I'm singing praise instead of crying tears of fear, knowing that my Father's got me, he's right here, working everything together for my good. God's in control, I won't fall. Yeah. Understood that his plans are better than anything I could design. That his time is perfect even when I'm losing mine. That his ways are higher, his thoughts beyond my reach. God's in control, I won't fall, that's what I preach to myself when doubt tries to creep inside my mind. When anxiety attacks and I'm trying to find peace in the chaos, rest in the storm. God's in control, I won't fall, that's the norm. For a child of God who knows their Father's faithful, who trusts his word even when the wait's painful, who believes his promises won't ever fail. God's in control, I won't fall, I prevail. Yo. God's in control, I won't fall down. Even when the whole world's spinning around, my feet are planted on solid ground. God's in control, I won't fall, I'm heaven bound. No matter what the enemy tries to do, God's in control, Yo, they watching me navigate life's difficulties, wondering how I maintain my stability when everything around me falling apart. I see God's in control, I won't fall. He's the key to my peace, to my joy, to my confidence strong. Even when situations prove me wrong in my assumptions, God's still writing my song. God's in control, I won't fall, all alone. He's been orchestrating things I couldn't comprehend, making my mess into a message in the end, turning my trials into triumphs. Watch him bend, God's in control, I won't fall. I sovereignty over every detail small. On his faithfulness to catch me if I fall. On his mercy that renews with every dawn. God's in control, I won't fall. Pressing on, through the valley, through the fire, through the flood, through the season where it feels like I'm stuck in mud. God's been working, God's been moving for my good. God's in control, I won't fall. Understood that I'm safe in his grip, nothing slips through his hands. Everything's going according to his plans. When I can't see the way ahead, when my faith is hanging by a thread, God's in control, I won't fall. He's working all things after all. When the pressure's building up inside, when I got nowhere left to hide, God's in control, I won't fall. On him alone, I can call. So I'm standing on the promises he made to me. God's in control, I won't fall, I'm free from the worry and the stress that used to bind, from the fear of the unknown. Peace of mind is what I got, cause I know who holds my days. God's in control, I won't fall on my ways. Are directed by the one who sees the end from start, who's been faithful to me, holding my heart through every season, every change, every shift. God's in control, I won't fall. He's my lip, out of darkness into light, out of death to life, through every single struggle, every stride. God's been steering, God's been leading all along. God's in control, I won't fall. Staying strong, yeah, in the knowledge that my Father never fails, in the truth that his love always prevails over circumstances trying to take me out. God's in control, I won't fall. Without doubt, I'm gonna make it through because he's got my back. God's in control, I won't fall. That's a fact. No weapon formed against me's gonna prosper here. God's in control, I won't fall. Crystal clear is the revelation that I'm kept by his power. God's in control, I won't fall. Every hour